deepest depths of the dark web. Dark of the night.
Greetings and salutations, night crawlers. Welcome to Dark of the Night.
My name is Alex Myers.
My name's Eric Yearwood.
Jesus is the beginning of what we call the modern era, right? BC, AD,
right?
But we're far past. This is sort of a long walk to start about our topic tonight, but we're kind of beyond AD.
We're in we're in the modern era. We're in the future.
Yeah, BC, AD. Those are both behind us now, and now we live in a time when iPhones are so plentiful that you can fill your pillow
with them and smash it against a tree.
And yet we are amazingly unequipped to deal with this era, and so unequipped that I can't remember the password to my Twitch account.
Children are being born right now. Somewhere out there's a baby that's coming through the vagina of its mother. And it's never going to know that there was a world in which VCRs were the chief achievement of man. But that's the world that Alex and I come from, a world of diodes and resistors, analog media, folks. We're broadcasters cut from an older cloth, a cloth woven from the fingertips of sad women in dark, dank pits. So what we mean by that is that we don't know where the future's headed, but we do know this: you've got to race to catch up to it. And Alex and I, we broadcast on radio first, is where we got our start, pirate radio in Delaware.
And we moved to Delaware from Dayton, Ohio.
We thought Delaware would be like a great place to get our careers rolling, and boy, was that a mistake. So we moved from radio, and then we got involved in podcasting, which we were late on that. And then we thought, well, we'll get involved in this thing, Twitch, live streaming. And it turns out that Twitch is for video games. We wish we had known that before we bought a lot of these cameras and all this gear. But here we are, and we're tens of thousands of dollars into this, and we got to make the best of it. It turns out that nobody is searching for our channel. Nobody's actively able to access it from anywhere outside of, outside of the ecosystem we've created. And so what we need to do now is to develop our SEO, which is a fancy way of saying it's SEO. SEO is how people find you on the internet. Now, we've got some night crawlers in the chat, and we're so glad that the night crawlers are here. We're glad for every viewer we've got, right, Alex?
That's right. And yet, and I say this in the most positive way possible, we're not even close to having anything that makes us be able to sleep.
We want to do this for a living. We don't want to do it for nothing anymore.
Every night I go home and I look at my bed and I'm like, I'm gonna disappear tonight. I'm gonna explode because I worked my ass off. And I can't find my website on Google. So here's the thing. Let's go right into my solution, my idea to solve this, which is doing a shit ton of top 5 lists. Because guess what? I've read BuzzFeed, and believe me, they do very well. And look, when you're trying to preach the paranormal night crawlers, when you're trying to preach the paranormal, sometimes you have to look at BuzzFeed to just kind of see how to phrase your articles.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn out there because BuzzFeed is one of the top media outlets of all time. And top 5 lists, I mean, everybody from David Letterman to Johnny Carson was using those things to just have everybody watch what they do. So we're going to do that tonight. We're focusing on top 5 lists. Also, by the way, Alex, we've got some visitors tonight, don't we?
That's right. To rock out, to sort of up the amount of energy, and they're so far away from us. Yeah, they're so far away from us, and I feel like they're almost medical students seeing us being operated on or something.
Right, Chris. Could we cut to the camera? So, as you can see, folks, we've got a in-studio audience tonight. Everybody, can you wave your hands? And so these are some people that work with us at Best Buy. Jody is on the right. Chris is in the back. And so they're here tonight watching us. I'm not exactly sure why they will, because they don't seem particularly interested in the paranormal. But
well, look, we don't know. I don't know exactly what our plan is tonight with how this SEO is going to rocket us to the top of
Halliburton.
But I do know, I think all the pieces are there. We've got a live studio audience. We've got let's go right into a top 5 list, Chris. Let's go into top 5 curses. Global,
Chris, you may have to resize these slides because they may be too small. The global influencers thing is going to come a little later. But it's nice to tease our viewers. Nice to say, we got some stuff coming up.
Okay. Top 5 curses. Nightcrawlers, I'm gonna stand up. And the top of my cowboy hat's gone. Let's have a fresh new look for Alex. You see, here's a cool thing about technology. I don't have to take my cowboy hat off for it to suddenly be cut off in the frame. Curses are associated with the occult. They're associated with a curse is obviously, it's a bad thing. You do not want to be cursed. If anything, you want to be the one doing the cursing. So let's assume that you're the one doing the cursing. Which ones do you want to sort of put on people? Well, let's go to number 5. Your fingers are gone. So this curse is just kind of, it's I don't know how you do this to somebody. You just be like, when you wake up, your fingers are going to be gone. And then they're like, fuck you. That's not going to happen. But then they wake up and they're like, no! I mean, look, it's simple, it's clean, it's beautiful. If you don't have use of your hands, I mean, they're smaller than the rest of your body, but believe me, if you can't use your fingers, it's a huge inconvenience. So, let's go to number 4. The curse that ruins your food, i.e. chicken. So, we can laugh about this now that we're surrounded. We live in a land of plenty, Eric.
Last time I checked.
Right. We live in a land where you can just, if you're out of food, you go down to Walmart, you go down to your local
Odd Lots.
You go to Ollie's,
Piggly Wiggly,
and you can replace your food supply, right? But if that wasn't the case, this would be...
You can drink piss if you need to.
Let's jump to number 3, just because this one doesn't. This don't. It was good. It was good in the 1600s when you didn't have as many sources of food. So evil eye, the evil eye. I said S. I said so. If somebody gives you the evil eye, it makes you feel like S. And
I know what that means.
yeah. Well, I said. Well, I didn't mean to censor it. I just wanted to keep it on one line. It makes you feel like shit. So here, I'm not going to do it for real. I am going to do it because you need a special power for this to work. So here, say something to me.
Hey, where's the bank? Oh, am I saying something to you really? Or?
So that's how easy it is. Let's just go to number. So not all of these are as good. I mean, there's 5 of them. Some of them are not as good as others. Number 2, no one will hire you. Working voodoo curse. Again, these sound silly, right? Sort of, right?
Look who you're talking to.
What? Sorry, what does that mean?
Well, I'm a guy who doesn't think too much is silly.
You're right. No, but no, that's right. Here, and I'm just gonna sit down for a second, just to sort of
rest your knees.
That blows me away. Here, cut to the 2-shot. I just want to. I want to sort of celebrate. I don't usually take a break in the middle of my slideshows, but I just want to celebrate who I'm with right now.
Porky Pig.
No, don't denigrate yourself. You are awesome. Shut up. You're awesome. I'm with a man who is such a believer. He's willing to go with me to the end of belief
and beyond.
To
disbelief.
So let's go to the last slide. You wake up and you don't have eyes.
Oh gosh. That's really bad.
It is bad, and the thing is,
because you know it's happened.
I
to
wish
somebody.
it was kind of phrased in less of a grammatically poor way. I was kind of rushing, but it is horrible.
I'm gonna throw up.
I want to show everybody something.
Well, before you do, let's see. The night crawlers are saying.
Jody, what are the night crawlers saying?
It'd be good if we could sort of hear what you're saying.
The hippie Steve says, by the way, killer slides. And as a secondary thought, he says, does this mean when you lose glasses?
No, you wake up and you don't.
You're talking about physically,
eyes. Your eyes are gone. We have a poll nominated top 5.
I noticed that.
And you know what? I'm gonna wait. I want to tease that, but that's coming up in a little bit.
Okay.
Now I want to say that our SEO. I don't know how to check our SEO. Jody, try to search Dark of the Night. See if it's and now I don't expect it. I don't expect us to be easier to find on Google yet, but I am hoping that's the case. Have you search Dark of the Night on Google and see if we come up. And see if
what about Alta Vista? Or Ask Jeeves? Do we show up on Getty Images or Turbo Squid.
Looks like most things are coming from Anastasia.
Come on!
God, motherfucker! I'll tell you. You know, Anastasia has been the dark in the dark of the night. The song by Anastasia has been honestly the bane of my fucking existence for the last 2 years.
Yeah, what? First of all, is that a Disney movie?
No, it's
Like a Don Bluth film?
It's either DreamWorks or like Warner Brothers or something. It's not.
I thought it was made by the guys who did Rats of Nim. It's from Fox?
Look, let's get into
no wonder.
Let's get into another top 5. Top 5 cryptids to milk.
This reminds me of the new Star Wars movie.
What?
Because Luke milks that creature. But I know that this is totally different.
Well, let me just go through it and we'll see if it's the same.
Okay.
Number 5, Bigfoot, a.k.a. the Milk King.
We do call him that. When we're in the woods. Because he drinks a lot. And he puts out a lot. She does. And we don't know if maybe the men lactate. I hate to call them men because they're beasts. But you always wonder if you touch one, if a stream, a jet of milk will squirt all the way across the forest. I wonder that.
And if we go to the next one, it's Goatman for goat milk.
That makes sense. Have you had goat cheese before?
Yeah. Let's go to number 3. Mothman from Moth Milk. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about this list. So I actually, Chris, can you jump back to number 4? Goatman is Goatman is a real. This sounds made up.
Look at that picture.
It's a real cryptid, and the reason I put this on the list is so a certain number of these is just because of their reputation as as good cryptids to milk, right? I didn't know that much about Goatman before I was doing the research for this list. It's a cryptid from Ohio.
Is it really?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
And it is so
it's a mammal.
So it's actually it's sort of a local lore type. You know, it's sort of like if Loch Ness Monster was less famous, it's sort of thought upon with like some. It's like, oh yeah, Goatman's gonna get you, and it's sort of like people laugh about it, but Goatman is horrible, and Goatman is because you can. There's a milk from goats.
Well, my question is, I'm looking at this picture. He doesn't have nipples on his chest. Does he have udders or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's where you
milk a goat.
Milk a goat.
The goats have udders. They don't have nipples.
Yeah. Let's go to number 2 in the top 5. And if this isn't rocketing us up Google, Loch Ness Monster, good for tons of milk.
And I would imagine that a lot of that milk goes to waste because it's just kind of dissipating into the water.
It's sort of just leaving a big trail.
Like a squid and its ink.
Yeah, look at that picture. And just know
That's the famous one.
that's the famous one. And underneath the water, there's just kind of a big kind of trail.
Cereal bowl.
It's just a big kind of trail of milk behind it.
I like milk. Do you? Like, I really like it.
Yeah, I like milk. I've been trying. You know what I tried recently?
What?
Coconut milk.
What'd you think?
I like it.
How does it compare, though, to the real thing?
It's just different. It's just
Would
kind
you
of
put it on cereal?
Yes, that's how I tried it. Let's go to number 1.
He-Man. Now this seems a little different because this is a. I just watched a documentary on how He-Man was sort of created. So.
And I don't really have a lot to say about this. He's just
It's like he's number 1.
He's number 1.
Sure. Well.
But look, let's take a step back. I feel a little out of my element doing these top 5s, you know, because I feel a little bit.
Well, don't be, because we're both out of our element.
Well, I just feel a little bit like I'm being asked to. You know what I feel like? I feel like a used car salesman. I'm not a businessman. I can't sell. Like I wasn't born to. I wasn't born to sell.
Well, we're like.
I was born to investigate. I was born to sort of ride out into the night on.
Well, we're like Jay-Z. It's like I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Well, I just going through the top 5s. I feel sort of like I feel like I'm wearing I'm being asked to sort of do something that's not right for the dark of the night. It's like we're trying to sort of
like we don't want to sell out or something.
Yeah,
but we do.
We do. I just wish I was better at it.
Dr. Watney, Jody, tell us what Dr. Watney says, even though I can see it right now on my computer. I want to hear it from your lips.
Wow, nice swamp behind you. Love the metaphor. You totally would sell out,
Don't
Dr.
you
Watney says.
dare, Dr. Watney. How dare you? We never sell out, we cash in. And someday, Alex and I are both going to be millionaires.
Tonight is a night about, and I trust the night crawlers to understand this. We are very. Let's show that one title card with our little thesis, Chris. This is the really where we stand. We're happy. We're happy. We would never sell out. The show's going great. But if we don't improve our SEO, we're going to have to go back to night school.
Yeah, night school is a place where some people might look at us and say that's where you belong, but we don't. We belong in Dubai, in a like some sort of in a minaret, looking down on hordes of men and women garbed in satin, of the most beautiful satin you've ever seen.
Either that or just sort of riding around in a car looking for ghosts. We don't belong in night school.
No, we're not. We are not going back to night school.
You shouldn't need a degree to work with children.
Why don't we do, Chris, the thing that I sort of had planned, if that makes sense. Folks, we want to make it big. And we not only want to make it big because we want to be big, because we're big guys, but we want to be big because we believe that there's a truth that needs to be known, and we want to take you all with us. And there's a way to be big, and it is to get to be noticed by people who are already big. So, and those people are called influencers in our society. Isn't that right, Alex?
I know for a fact that there is a $20,000 a month apartment that you can Airbnb in New York so that you can pretend that you live there.
And it's and who rents that out? Influencers. Chris, if that slide with that, well, that too, but the one that says the global influencers. I wanted to have a little chart.
Chris has never been pushed this far on the amount of slides before.
Chris is kind of like a mentat from the Dune universe, a human math machine. So, global influencers, there's a chart here, and it begins with, okay, so a step above us is some Twitch guys, some people on Twitch, all right? When you get to the top of the Twitch food chain, you're talking Ninja, the most successful Twitch streamer. Beyond him, most successful YouTube personality, PewDiePie. Who's bigger than him? Alicia Silverstone. She's kind of represents the classic Hollywood influencer. Beyond that, who's bigger than her? Jeff Bezos, who, by the way, happens to own Amazon, which owns Twitch. Are you guys seeing a pattern? Who's bigger than Jeff Bezos? Geraldo Rivera. He had the #1 talk show in the 80s. He's still relevant now. We'll see if Jeff Bezos has what it takes to go the distance, but Geraldo sure as hell does. You know?
He's got a complexion like a mobster.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a journalism career that spans daytime talk to Fox News opinion. I mean, he stood the test of time.
He's done it all. So, folks, what we're going to do now is we need your help, Nightcrawlers. We're going to ask you to do something you've never done before, and that's take action immediately, okay? Now, you're all watching this show, so I'm assuming you're all logged into Twitch. I'm assuming also that you have the ability to not only watch our show, but watch some other show on Twitch. And you're going to need that power right now. Because what we're about to do is we're going to find some other channel on Twitch, and we're all going to storm in there, into their chat, and we're just going to say, Dark of the Night, over and over and over again, until the person who's broadcasting says, what the heck's Dark of the Night? And at that point, we get them all to watch our show, okay? So, can I have you respond in the chat? Are you guys with me? Are you willing to go, I guess, on a bit of a raid on somebody else's Twitch channel? Okay, we've got yes, yeah. Dr. Monty says this has to be illegal. Whatever. Well, while you all are responding, we're going to find one of these guys, and we're going to see who we want to sort of storm, all right? We're going to have to go to the bottom of the list, because anybody who's, got too many viewers is going to not really notice that we're in their chat. So if you see somebody that you think, oh, let's get this person, let me know. Well, this guy right here, Mr. Hollyhock, seems like maybe he could be worth watching. Okay. So, Mr. Hollyhock, I'm not sure what he's saying. Hold on. All right, so we need to all get in this guy's chat right now and just say Dark of the Night until this guy says what the heck's going on. All right, so let's all do that now.
There's agreements with some of the things said. We have alien UFO. We have religion, well, all the things that are organized.
In the stream?
It's all out to self-awareness, connected to the universe and to the universe itself. Khan's wisdom is my
All right, so this guy, he's not noticing yet, I suppose. I think we need to say watch Dark of the Night. Like, we need to advertise our show. We need him to get on and see.
I'm gonna close the Discord because I've ignored the chat for over an hour and I feel that, you know, I have to give some attention. No problem. If that's so. No problem. Thank you very much.
Good conversation.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys. Yeah.
Okay, what is this guy doing?
So yeah, it's Hans was able to pay attention to the chart. So it was the power chart. Oh, blue lights, busy. Wife was yelling. That's what happened.
You guys are doing great. You're doing great. Let's keep it going.
Some animals for space. Fuck, I'm not doing a very good job of this. Adrian, yes. We don't have a bot that's working right now. Oh, why? Yo, you're kidding. You didn't have Mishri
He's just not responding. I think it's because he's paying attention to his Discord.
No, I'm not sure. I know that the fact that he appears to be either from one of the British Isles, it truly is very disorienting.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he seems like a cool fucking weathered
Yeah.
dude. I mean, he seems just like a cool guy.
Can you please go watch Dark of the Night for a bit?
There we got it!
It's some suggestions. Making the kids.
Now send him the link to our channel.
Well, look, Eric, you understand that the show is probably the least entertaining it's ever been at this moment.
Can somebody please communicate to him what our link is?
It's deleting the links because there's an auto mod. Well, look, I'm gonna go take a victory. I'm gonna go what we do in Best Buy, which is called the victory lap, which is when you get up, you get up, you stretch your legs, and you say, you know, you just kind of appreciate.
Yeah, guys, we did it. Okay, now if we could get this guy to just click on our channel, that would be great. I feel like this is a success, though, at this point. Do you feel like that's true?
I feel like I never imagined that a guy who looks and sounds like this man. It's just
He's saying, what is Dark of the Night? This is great.
it's almost like I feel like it's almost like a conceptual poem to just see this man sort of repeating "Dark of the Night" again and again in an Irish accent, and it almost seems to be sort of a drone in which he just repeats it again and again.
Rip Forever, it said, I hope you got Restream permission. That's somebody who... I think that maybe there's some rule about this. Well, we're not sure that there is or there isn't, but folks, let's get out of his chat and we'll let's all get back into our chat. Everybody come on home, and we'll sort of debrief about it.
Eric, give me a hug.
Good job, Nightcrawlers. We did it.
That was really big.
We did it.
That was really very cool. Who would have thought that we could have gotten a terrestrial man who lives on Earth and who wasn't strictly born in the United States to say the name of our show and have some of the people who are enjoying his stream sort of get upset that we were there. Who could have thought that we could have sort of gotten to that point? Now, I want to say, Chris, it's time to let's reward our viewers. Wait, how many did some of the people come?
The hippie Steve said, everybody remember to follow Mr. Hollyhock, which is, yeah, why not?
Yeah, well...
And there's 18 people watching right now. That was quasi-successful.
Well, here's what I'll say. Mr. Hollyhock, fucking dope.
Yeah, great guy.
And I've never even used that word before.
No.
I honestly haven't. I usually go for cool or awesome. Chris, let's go ahead and play top 5. This was a user-nominated segment. It's top 5 times Eric wrestled me to the ground. Well, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of takedowns. I wish you had, and I say this in sort of a jovial, sort of celebratory way, I wish you hadn't have done any of those to me.
I don't want to do that.
That segment was nominated in the past 2 days by the Nightcrawlers on Discord. If you're not a part of our Discord, we would love you to join. We have weekly investigations, weekly sort of roundtables, weekly, just sort of bonding.
Yeah, it's a community. It's a paranormal community that extends beyond the span of this show each week. Thank you for voting in the Discord. We want you to have the kind of content that you deserve and that you clamor for and foam at the mouth and excrete goat man milk for. And so when you vote, then we're like, oh, this is what they want. Let's do that.
It's good to know. You can never know what's truly in the human heart until you vote on a poll in Discord.
Right.
Now, that being said, top 5 Cowboys types. Now, this is something that's very near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
I see blue light peasy. You're breathing in the mic. Glasses, breathing. Good to know. Well, just a quick, we're using mics in which it's really, it's really easy to breathe into the mic, and I'm going to try not to do that. So, top 5 kinds of cowboys. The sheriff. Bosses people around for the sake of good. See Kurt Russell. Now, this is one of the, I feel like this is sort of the iconic cowboy. You know what I mean? It's the good guy.
Yep.
And yet he's kind of lame. Right?
Because there's no complexity.
It's very on the nose. You can't, and also you can't ride out into the, you're not free roaming. You're kind of tied to a town.
Yeah, no, that's not fun.
It's not fun. It is famous, but it's not fun. I recommend against being a sheriff as a connoisseur and a cowboy insider. Now, let's go to number 4. A little bit more fun. Outlaw. Will do anything and anyone to get what he wants, usually bad to the bone. See Emilio Estevez. Have you ever seen Young Guns?
2, part 2.
Really? You've only seen Young Guns 2?
Oh, and only the music video from it.
Have you really never seen Young Guns?
Young'uns?
Young Guns.
No. This is what this is still is from?
It's from Emilio Estevez's.
I thought that was from Badlands.
No, that's Martin Sheen.
Right.
Number 3, High Plains Drifter. Trots around really slowly from town to town while smoking a cigar and just kind of staring. See Clint Eastwood. Now, while High Plains Drifter is a mystery, right? His soul is a mystery. It is an awesome kind of cowboy. It's kind of a sentinel. That's kind of the alternate name.
Is that right?
Yeah, I
sentinel.
I'd say
it's kind of cool.
I'd say Clint Eastwood is a sentinel.
We're sort of sentinels.
Yes,
like an X-Men.
Yeah.
Like the giant robots that murder people born with special powers.
You know what? Actually, Chris, cut to our regular cameras. This is actually a really interesting moment. I never sort of realized, Sentinels from X-Men, Nightcrawlers, are portrayed as bad guys. Just because they sort of go around and try to stop mutants from being, from being around. But at the same time, what we do on this show is we try to educate people about the paranormal, and we do what we are is we're sort of a paranormal militia, right? We're here. We're the first
equipping.
We're here. We're ready if you need us to stop anything that is unexpected, is beyond the purview of normal civilization.
There's rockets in our pockets.
Let's go to the next one. Noodling.
Oh. I'm not really a fan of this guy. Because I wish I were him. And Jody, you look like you were...
Big D and the kids said, my dad left to pick up a gallon of milk about 15 years ago and never came back.
Oh, gosh. That's horrible. I can't imagine leaving my children and not being interested in their lives. What a gift children are. Who would ever? who would ever?
Let's go to number 1. Handsome Night Ranger. Good-looking cowboy who investigates the paranormal using whips and guns. Usually divorced and has twin boys.
I see why this would be sort of something you'd be drawn to.
So here's someone who is new to our chat called out, you said this was a paranormal talk show. What gives? Well, you caught us in an off moment in which I sort of dug into something on my personal life, and I think that cowboys are spirits of the American West. And they are essential to the American spirit that we so gladly got up yesterday. We got up at 6:30 in the morning and sat in my living room. I ate 2 bowls of cereal, and then I went and voted. And I'm proud. And if we can't, this is a paranormal show, but if we can't celebrate being a cowboy, then
we can celebrate being anything we want. That's what is the beauty of what we're doing, and we're trying to get our views up. We're trying to get our name out. We're trying to get this SEO worked out so that people can search for us online. I'm wondering 2 things. One is I'd like to know what the Nightcrawlers have to say about what's been going on, and then I'm wondering, should we do a call?
Let's do a call. I feel like I really wanted someone to say to me, like, you are the Cowboy Night Ranger. You're a handsome. I was fishing. I was obviously fishing for compliments.
You are the handsome Night Ranger. Although the thing is I feel like because the last part of the video where I'm tackling you, it says we deserve to be together, that people would interpret that as, sensual. Not sexual, but sensual. And our relationship is so far beyond the physical.
It's like what Guinan said about Captain Picard. It's beyond friends and beyond family.
Exactly. It's Guinan, what Guinan has to say, and it's what Gyno is all about. And so,
Let's do a call.
Yeah, let's do a call.
This is a lawyer.
We're calling a lawyer, folks, and we have our own lawyer. We haven't heard from him in a while. Good gravy. Yeah, lawyer Dave. I think he just had another baby, which is good because he's staying out of our hair, trying to collect from us. He did. A little boy.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm jealous. I'd love to put my genes into something.
I can't believe David Barlow, ambulance chasing lawyer, is leaving us hanging on his 24-hour lawyer hotline.
Translation says the volume,
Thank you for
please.
calling the Barlow Office's client intake line. Please leave your name, your number, a detailed description of the accident, a detailed description of your injuries and your treatment, and we will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey, David. Sorry, this is Alex from Dark of the Night. We were wondering what your top 5 sort of accidents that you run into are. We know that you know that this is your message machine, But what we would love to leave you our number, so that you can get back to us. And sort of here's kind of like what our criteria is for if you could get back to us with the top 5 accidents. And now these are requests, not obviously. You know what? Here's what I'll say up top before I get into our sort of requests. You do what you prefer.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you. That's Eric. But here's sort of our sort of here. So consider these suggestions rather than criteria. Right? 1, if there's any accidents involving ghosts, try to work those in. Other criteria. If there's any accidents involving, you know what? Let's do broad.
Geists.
Geists. So that's German for
or
ghosts.
Whites. I mean, WEIGHTS.
Right. So that's kind of it for us. That's sort of what we were thinking. Our number, we're not sure what our number is. Just hold on.
Also,
You can't get
eat
back-
a big one.
That's just a little joke to sort of keep you entertained while we're looking up our number. I honestly can't get back to the
main
screen. Menu where we would be able to see. Maybe I have it on my phone. So hold on, David.
Well,
here, give David some more criteria.
David, you're not a real lawyer. You're a hack.
Hey,
you're
David,
ambulance chaser.
I hung up.
Wait.
Because that was not. David was. I know we weren't actually talking to David, but I think that was very rude. That was very rude.
You're right, but we'd never be the men that we are if somebody hadn't looked at us and said, "You guys are
level with us."
Punanis, a couple of Punanis wearing dorky outfits and just crappy clothes and stinky. All right, well,
look, this is the phone call segment is.
Wait, let's try one super quick tidbit.
Okay, I'm letting you drive on this one.
Let me drive all the way to Tuna Town. 2851. I'm feeling it.
Thank you for calling the Legal Aid Society of Hawaii in Hilo. If you don't already have a case with Legal Aid but would like to apply for services, please dial 1 to be transferred to our intake line. If you already have a case with Legal Aid...
Aloha. You have reached the Legal Aid Society of Hawaii. We are currently closed.
Son of a gun!
Business hours are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
You know what? Why do we even call Hawaii? Aloha! Anybody out there?
They are so far away. You'd think it would be 9 a.m. over there.
You'd think they're all out there in the middle of the ocean. You'd think they'd be like, "Please, somebody help us!"
Chris, do I have any other top 5s to go through? All right. We're going to do one more top 5. And this better do it for our SEO.
Thanks for calling Island Tech, the computer. Our office is open from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's closed. That number's closed. Top 5 places on the human body for probing. Now, this is. I'm going to say this right now. This is a desperate. This is our nuclear bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our South Park, Tom Green, Dumb and Dumber, bathroom humor bullshit top 5 to try to get us to try to register on the human wasteland of the internet.
Sure.
And it's going to work. Because this is the kind of cynicism that got Frank Sinatra into the Beatles.
Let's try and rip through these. Just
keep going. Man, I feel like shit.
I guess that was all the places.
I feel like this definitely is not gonna.
No, you know why that was great though? Is because they were all keywords people want to look for.
Yeah. Yep.
And when they enter that, and if our name's attached to it, then we're gonna come. They're gonna come right to Poppy and Mommy.
Jody, what are the Nightcrawlers saying?
Weenus Grabber says the place between the sack and anus would be a good probing spot.
Oh, that is filthy nasty. But true. Thank you. What else, Jody?
Blue Light Speezy wants to know where you're from.
Dayton, Ohio.
Home of the Wright brothers.
We are operating out of a secret location in Queens, New York, though.
The hippie Steve says this is just clickbait.
What? Come on.
We did go for some clickbait, though. We did. Hey, let's. That's a Nightcrawler calling BS on us, and that's what keeps us honest. Do we try to make some clickbait right now? Yeah, we did.
Well, look,
we're like Blink before tonight. We were like Blink 182 with their first with Dude Ranch. And tonight has been our enema of the state moment, where we totally sold out with What's My Age Again.
You know, that may be true, but I swear, I wish we had a gym where the Nightcrawlers could step into the ring with us mano a mano and just duke it out. Because there's some of you guys out there that I know you want a piece of me, and I want a piece of you! I mean,
let me tell you something, Eric. This is how we're gonna end this show. This is how we're gonna go. This is how we're gonna go beyond. Okay. Chris, you're going to replay the video where I get tackled by this asshole. And that's right, you heard me. And then when we get out of the video, you're going to tackle me. And we're going to sell that footage.
I'm not doing that.
That's what we're doing. You're going to tackle me live.
I'm not doing it.
You're doing that. Go ahead. Let's show people 5 times what they're about to see a 6th.
I'm not doing that.
We want to thank you for watching Dark of the Night. I'm fine. Eric hurt his wrist. That was not, yeah, agreed, Hippie Steve. That was not top 5. This, we'll resume regular program next week. This episode will, wait, before we go, Jody, could search Dark of the Night, see what comes up on Google.
In the Dark of the Night by Anastasia.
Okay, Anastasia came up. See you guys next week.